Wow, right on time. Okay, well, gotcha, Ness. So how are the audios on this title here? I always have to adjust the audio because the music is louder in some VNs than others. Just getting a quick audio test off first. So what do we got in terms of what can be heard from me and what can be heard for the background music? Well, we'll just wait for a response, so to speak. I know it was kind of last minute that I thought about doing this one, but that's what you get, you know. With the busy lifestyle comes many short notice things. And since I don't have as many subscribers as Snowball or Assman, I can't just throw something up there and, oh, look, friends are playing. I don't want that to pop up, but I guess I'm not going to have to. Friends are going to be playing stuff. Game's a little quiet. Okay, well then we will fix that here in the options. Just pop up the music a little bit. As far as that goes then, still too quiet. I always need to get this set up from you guys, because it's hard for me to listen to it on another end. Because the way that I do my chat is I look at the chat, watch the chat from my phone, which I then have plugged into my computer, and then obviously I'm going through the title on my computer, so it just makes easier sense since I don't have a second screen set up. But we'll give my arbitrary kind of like a few minutes for people to show up. Okay, good on Ness's end. Well, we'll give it a little bit of time, and we'll let people file in here then, anybody that wants to, for the next few minutes. And we'll go from there. And that's how, like I said, when I record and I upload it on YouTube, this is the best way to do it, because then I can just go through before it renders and cut off this first 10 minutes of jargon and reestablishment and such. So we'll give it a little bit of time, Ness, and we'll go from there. Alright there, guys, it's the VN Critic here, aka the guy in the sweater vest, and I'm here to go through Sepia Tears, Midwinter's Reprise. Now, this is a visual novel that originally I had gotten a hold of back when it first came out at the end of 2013, and it has recently, earlier this year, made its way onto Steam. So I thought it would be a great idea. It's free on Steam. It was free back when it first came out. So I thought I'll go ahead and replay it, see if anything was changed since it got uploaded onto Steam, or if it's the same that I can remember it all those years ago. It's actually a funny story is when I was looking through Steam, actually noticing some of the artwork. And that's what triggered it for me, and I'll get to that if hopefully we get to that scene tonight. But other than that, we're going to go right on into it then. And thanks for all those who are joining us on the live stream today. Otherwise, if you're checking this out in the future, well then, glad you could check this out too. So we're going to go right in and start things off. You've heard of the mayfly, right? Oh, I remember this. This was nice, this little intro. It's one of those odd winter days when the snow is falling, but it isn't cold. Either late November or the beginning of December, right around the time when the dollar stores start playing Christmas music and the couples go skating. I like the emphasis on dollar stores. I don't know how many people shop at a dollar store. And the funny thing, this did come out like around Christmas time of 2013, so nice. One of those odd winter evenings, the same old 3 p.m. through the lens of the classroom window. I would describe the muted texture of the light through the glass, but it's become all too familiar. It'd be like raving about the miracle flowers blooming in spring. The novelty's gone. Chairs screech against tiled floor, and students chatter all around, but the sounds fall on me, weightless. The mayfly. The bug that lives for only a day once it grows its wings. It's a great metaphor. You must have seen it before. My mind wanders sometimes. It's like being stuck in a room with the TV set to local news, almost muted, but not quite. Or like reading a borrowed web page because... a boring web page. Borrowed. I'm thinking like, oh, how old am I? Borrowed books. No, we're borrowing web pages now. Because you're too lazy to click away. Having a voice in your head that won't shut up. It used to bother me, but I can handle it now. Listen to music on the way home, play a video game before you go to bed, kill time in any way you can, and it won't be so loud. Ever wonder why they even bother? This intro does have those feels that I remember. It's simple, really. You pick up your books, stand up, put on your gloves as you walk through the early winter chill. Get home, make a snack, relax, and let the process repeat itself. Life is the easiest thing in the world when you think about it. But sometimes, memories resurface. The horrible red-brown that encroaches on my vision, creeping from a box locked safely away. Me. I like how it leads into that. Me. Dots. The bane of my existence. Dots in visual novels. I do like the snow. If you zoom into it, I think they probably crafted this snow very easy by hand. All the snowflakes look alike. Oh, snowflake logic. Oh, it's cold. I hadn't noticed before, but it looks like it's snowing. Was I out for that long? I was walking home from school a moment ago, I'm sure. Or is this a dream? That would make sense, but then why am I wearing my school uniform, and why is my wallet in my pocket? Typically, my wallet is in my pocket whenever I go anywhere. It's kind of self-driven there. Well, that doesn't prove anything, but might as well roll with it. Let's roll. And then the screen shakes. Probably a V punch or something. No, that was a little to the sword. Probably a horizontal punch. It's seriously pitch black here. I can make out the snowflakes just fine, but nothing seems to be lighting them. I'd better start moving before I freeze to death. Ah! That light, it's... Yes, this scene, it kind of reminded me of, Kind of reminded me of a bit in Snow Sakura. I think that's another reason why I enjoyed it back then. You've come. You? Thank you for coming to see me. It's lonely here, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Get the whole heart beating. Lonely? Yeah, I can't deny that. It's a peaceful prison, trapped in the darkness under this soft snowfall. But it's a prison. What's the matter? Aren't you glad to see me? She looks familiar, I'm sure of it. The memory teases me like a vivid, lucid dream, but I can't grab hold of it. It's been such a long time. I thought you would have been ecstatic. I opened my mouth, but the words are lost. The more I search for the memory, the more my eyes bewitch me. As snowflakes land on the girl's hair, I force the first words out of my mouth. Who are you? Do you really not remember me? What a shame. We have so much to catch up on. Your smile is confident, mysterious, somewhere between angelic and doll-like. There's nothing to worry about. After all, we have all the time in the world. So, then, who are you? Shh. She looks me in the eye, and my heart stops. I'm the person you wish you never met. She embraces me, and my senses freeze until a color strikes my eye against the monochrome backdrop. Hanging in the stillness, a red ribbon drifts from the side of her hair. And on the inside of that ribbon, something is written. Ah, yes, you can see faintly, very faintly, the black that's written on that ribbon. But just as fantastic as that is the fact that the words are scrambled, blurred, even though my eyes are only inches from it. That ribbon, don't you remember? It was your... Her voice fades away. I glance at the ribbon again, but before I can move closer, my stomach flips upside down. What? The girl's warmth fades from my arms. Is she disappearing? I don't really know how to take this. Again, I haven't seen the whole script, so I don't know how to act for him. Is she disappearing? Is this whole world is... Dots. A knife pierces my heart as I realize something. It's not this world that's disappearing. It's me. Friday, December 10th. You know what? I think this came out on a 13th. Or an 11th. I'm trying to just remember. Day 1, reunion. Oh, this does. I mean, it really does. It gives me a Kadoa Shoujo feeling. It gives me a Snow Sakura feeling. I'm already starting to get into the vibe of this again. It's feeling very, very nostalgic right now. Oni-chan? Huh? Oni-chan, are you up? Oni-chan. I am not a little girl. That sounds familiar. Now I feel like this is somebody else. Mark, we're gonna be late. Boom. Ah! Are you even listening to me? You know, I think this is all ages. I can't remember. It's on Steam. It has to be. But I'm starting to get a feeling of other things, but I don't know. So kind of, as far as I know, Uncle Mugen did the backgrounds for this, and I can tell it definitely looks like something that Mugen would do, except maybe a filter on it, just to make it not so crisp cut, to make it look sort of that blurriness, but it definitely looks like something he'd do. Are you listening to me? Yeah, I heard you. My name is Mark. Hi, Mark! That's me. And I got a little sister called Rin. Jeez, it wouldn't kill you to be a little more gentle. No, wait, that's Mark. I am Mark now. Gentle? Yeah. Oh, wow, her mouth is funny. Gentle? But I'm the sister. I'm automatically gentle. That's like saying I'm automatically dependable because I'm your older brother. Wait. See? If you're not dependable, sibling, you're supposed to be. That gives me the legal right to find new and exciting ways to tease you. And who was it that wrote this law? More importantly, I have a history test this morning, so I'll leave you behind if I have to. I do remember a scene from this. Oh my goodness, and it is going to be with the chibi stuff. This is going to be amazing. We're definitely getting to that tonight. Pouting, my diligently evil little sister runs down the stairs. Can't you find a more normal form of torture? Ah. It's bright out. Pleasantly bright. I can get lost just looking at that pale blue sky. Although I fear the cold that accompanies it. See, this is why I hate winter. Nature has no mercy for the northern hemisphere. Actually, does that make a difference? Technically, every country has to be a part of a hemisphere, so there must be some warm regions in the northern hemisphere, and even so, the southern hemisphere would be... shut up. Mark! I've been working on my Hokyoto Shinken. Blah, blah. I got a Japanese pronunciation again. Mark, I've been working on my Hokuto Shinken. Can't we just make this in English completely? Why do we always have to set every visual novel in Japan? Even when it's made in English. Man, I'm coming. Last time she tried this. But I love this art style. I love it. It's so nice. The problem with it, though, I think, was they didn't account for, as you can see up at the top, all of a sudden the lines and the circles stop halfway because that's the end of the art. That's the end of the PNG file. But, I like it. I think it would be a good. It's cute. I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test. I'm pretty sure I know who my next practice subject will be if you make me fail my test. Isn't it usually practice partner, not practice subject? Nah, practice subject. So, that's my sister, Rina. Rina? Are we gonna call her Rina? And then go Reen? But it's Rin. Since she started my school... Shinshi's involved in this. Oh yeah, you wait, I do remember this now. Since she started at my school, life has been hell. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. She's a nice girl and all. She takes care of me, makes me lunch, forces me to buy her stuff. Yeah, she's the perfect, date. Except she's my sister. See what I mean? I'm out of compliments already, and that threat certainly wasn't the first. Ouch. Stupid razor. Dad was supposed to show me how to use this thing. Anyway. Rin, so now we go from Rina to Rin. Rin is a strange girl. To put it nicely, she always rattles on about these crazy robot wars and melodramatic love stories that she's watching, trying to find new and exciting ways to pull me into her world. Did I not just say something about Shinji? I haven't figured out why she calls me Oni-chan yet, though. Is it ironic? Ironically unironic? Ironic because she thinks I think it'll be subtly, ironically ironic. Unironic. Look, so many ironies here. I can only conclude that it's part of some devious scheme that I have yet to catch wind of. The tip of the iceberg, so to speak, if the iceberg were a blood-related little sister. Aha! Blood-related! So that means no little sister out, guys. Sorry. But as much as I'd like to criticize her, I can't complain. She still does better than me at school. Alright, I'm almost done! Oh, and she also does a better job of cooking and budgeting than me. And she never sleeps in, and the only time she's late for class is when I hold her back. Now, do you see why my life is her in with her is hell? Why is it always with her? You're screwing her up, man! She could be all she could be without you. Good morning! Did you sleep well? I slept perfectly fine until I was awoken by a certain someone. How could you say that? Nah.
You should be thankful to have a cute girl like me wake you up every morning. No.
You're not supposed to call yourself cute.
Is that because we're blood related and you're afraid?
That's not why. I've gone through a lot of titles where that is the case, but that's not why here.
I mean, it's a little vain, don't you think?
And it's not very cute.
True. But what if I'm only doing it to unnerve you?
Good point. Well, I do have to thank you for keeping me on my toes all the time. You're like my mother is what I meant to say, but I imagine her twitching smile and my life flashing before my eyes. So, Rin, you have a test this morning?
Yep. I did a quick review with my friends yesterday, so you don't need to worry about it.
I wasn't worried.
Cha-ching!
She's part of the Armstrong family, generation by generation with these sparkles.
Well, they're stars, but, stars are sparkles.
Aw, is that your way of hiding your affection?
Was that even remotely implied? I'm sure you'll pass your test. I just want to make sure you don't forget anything and end up failing for some stupid reason.
Like the time I accidentally brought my Game Boy instead of my calculator?
Game Boys! This is my kind of girl. Come on, Mark, let me date your sister. Yes? Like that time.
I was only 12. It was an innocent mistake.
Only 12? Regardless, you get what I'm saying. Just don't screw up. Heck, I'd bring my Game Boy to college.
I know, I won't. But aren't your exams coming up as well?
Uh-oh. I was going to go over to Luca's house and study over the weekend. Or something like that, I don't know.
Even for you, that's not a very convincing lie.
Psychic! Deviously psychic! But I did make that up on the spot, It wouldn't kill you to have a bit of faith in me. If I said I'll study, I'll study!
Really? You'll spend your whole Saturday afternoon doing math problems and rereading your social science notes.
I'm tempted to say what notes, but that really isn't the problem here. Wow, would you look at the time?
Don't change the subject.
We're already late.
Well then, we'll have to continue at lunch, right, Oni-chan?
That smile is so much more endearing before you get to know her. Ah, yes. Looks like a photo of my outdoor my house. Made it! Good for me. I leapt past the front door as the clock strikes 8, inhaling a lungful of December air.
Not bad, Mark. Not bad at all. You were taking so long with your bag that I thought you'd really have to put the gloves on.
I thought you were going to leave me if I took too long.
I was only kidding. Leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold, cold day? I couldn't.
And yet, you can practice your anime fighting techniques on me.
Well, when you look at it that way. But mastery of the martial arts could be extremely important.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's important, really.
Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that.
No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal.
What?
Okay, picture this.
And here we go, folks. What I was thinking of. I love this chibi look. I love this look. I love this art. I've got nothing but praise for this art. This is splendid.
Imagine that you're fighting against an enemy who already knows your techniques.
Did you? Now I feel like Lucky Star. It's just so cute. It's just that cute little chibi artwork. And why would I be doing that?
Because the person challenged you. Because he kidnapped a princess. Use your imagination.
What if the princess is in another cat? I see where you're going with that, Mark. Shut up.
Then you'll just have to go look for her.
Ouch.
Anyways, let's say you end up in a combat with someone who knows that you're good with long-range weapons like a crossbow.
Oh, look, everybody's playing Dark Souls. Good for them. I don't need no stinking Dark Souls 3. I got free. Free Sepia Tears. Available now on Steam. Nobody paid me to say that.
Then, they already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at a close range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough, and the attacker will have the advantage.
But what if you're using a mid-range weapon like a lance?
A lance, that's easy. A well-trained warrior could be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that the axe beats the lance.
True, but then couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance?
Yes, but what if your enemy knows that you're a magician? A skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike, no critical necessary. Even magicians need an ace up their sleeve.
See, it's Konata! It is Konata! I did not say something about Lucky Star. I love this. It's Konata drawn there. No doubt about it. Amazing. I am still loving this title.
And that ace is the martial arts.
That's one option. Well, that was Ren again.
Okay. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through the natural internal circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these circuits can drain much of the amateur's magician's energy, resulting in the weakening of the magus' compatibility. In this scenario, even a trained magus would be susceptible to the attacks of the ordinary human. More so if a said human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Although it's an unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for the magus to...
enough with the info dumps.
Fine, I don't need you.
She taps the Twitter icon on her phone. This is before Twitter was super popular. Actually, there was still popular in 2013. I love this title. It's such a cute little title. Okay, I may have been a bit hard on her back then. I remember this background too. Man, God, this is just down memory lane, back in a better time. Back in 2014. A better time. But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to if you're from the city, but I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I like the peace and quiet. It's nice. Lets your mind wander. Dots. Lets your mind wander to things you'd rather avoid. Mark! Okay, is the voice... I can't remember. Is this female? Huh? What was that? Ah, yes! It was this chick. I remember this. Our main casted chick. I look around and momentarily spot a figure, but it disappears before my eyes. Strange. She looked familiar. Meh. Can't be that important. Oh, yes. 2 weeks later, I would look back at that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions. And this is our best friend, Lucas. Mark, you're actually early. Familiar voice welcomes me in from the cold. In front of me stands a young man that I've known since the beginning of high school, and that I sometimes wished I didn't know. On time is more like it. We have barely 5 minutes until the bell. That's still an accomplishment coming from you, man.
Oh, hey, did you bring your notes for the presentation?
My other friend, Lillian, voices her question politely, unlike a certain little sister. Well, Rin was on the computer until midnight, and my laptop needed recharging, and can you shut up about all your excuses, man? And your house was constructed without power outlets, of course. Of course! You see my point. She's made for me. Fine, I'll print them out at lunch. Ah! Whoa. That's still going? Wow, okay. That is like some old school bell. There goes that bell. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to a boring lecture if it means I can relax. And we're in the stereotypical classroom. The teacher's voice drones on and on and who's that? What? I only know of one way to escape. Jumping out the window might have long-term consequences, though, so I'll be content with staring through it. Because he's the guy right next to the window! Common protagonist logic. Whenever I'm bored at school, I always like looking out at the weather and thinking about how I'd rather be anywhere but here. Although, fortune has treated me with nothing but a sadistic little sister, a pile of unfinished homework this morning, so maybe I'm better off in class after all. Mark? Am I hearing things? Mark? It's just like this morning. What the heck is going on? And then the music turns up into a beat. Is this some sort of stupid idea of a prank? I'm sure it's just some kid with nothing better to do with their time, but... Oh my god, it's there! Alright, I know what I have to do. Pinpointing the source of the sound, I spin around and glare at my target. She's not getting away this time. Ah! The class stares at me. Lucas turns around. I sit back down. Awkwardly. Ah, lunch, finally. No matter how many years pass, nothing beats the taste of cold meat and freedom. Ah, it's quiet. Lucas sighs audibly, and I follow. I still don't get how Rin can sacrifice her lunch break to study for a test when she hardly ever studies at home. It's far from the strangest thing she's done. Point taken. Yeah. So, how was that game I lent you? Oh, right. To be honest, I'm not really into those dating shut up, man! They're visual novels! They're not dating sims if they don't have statistics. This man is me! I forgot! All these years, this man is me! The guy who knows what is defined as a visual novel. This man is me! Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll check it out when I get home. The time and blah. Right now I'm busy with... I was about to say schoolwork, but that lie wouldn't last a second. Stuff. Yeah, stuff! Mark, you do know what this means, don't you? I really think I can see the sunlight glint off those glasses. This means that you have yet to experience modern Japanese visual culture in all its glory. Can you please shut up now? Surely you found yourself taking a peek at Rin's DVD collection at some point in the past 16 years. Haven't you ever felt disconnected with the path the story takes? I'll take that as a no. Protagonists always have plot armor in suspense stories, and the main heroine always wins in romances. Even aside from being dumbed down by the awkward transition between two inherently different mediums, haven't you ever felt like the story isn't working? Does it feel like the main character is a brainless idiot, and that you could do a much better job than him? Every visual novel I do, man. Lucas, you know me so well, I do. Haven't you ever felt like giving that idiot protag a punch to the face and telling him to choose the shy, innocent library girl over that deceitful, unnate-chan character you can't even date without thinking about her little brother? The statement may contain a slight amount of bias. Ahem. At any rate, there's only one solution to the problem like these. You play the game. I sense an evil chuckle as he finishes, as if he wants to add, and soon you'll be just like me! Something like that. Well, like I said, I'll get to it eventually. Lucas kicks his feet up. It really is a good game, though. And the school uniforms kind of resemble ours, don't you think? Inception! As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Our school is infamous for its elaborate uniforms that don't match its academic reputation. I don't see much for uniforms here. I see a tie, I see a dress shirt, I see some pants. That isn't going to make me play it any faster. Then I'll bother you every day until you do!
fire in the eyes. Do you dare underestimate my persistence? That bell again!
I feel like I'm in some nice sort of like 1950s, 60s TV show. Away from each other, thankfully. I did it. It took a few years, but I did it. I made it back, and it won't be long before I talk to him again. Oh, that's right, this is her talking. The clock ticks in the background as a girl gazes pensively out the window. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. Nervous and a little excited. It's been so long that... what'll I do if he changes? This whole plan would be pointless. I have to stay calm. I know I'm doing it. I've thought it all through. Just stick to the script. But I'm nervous. So nervous. Ticking clocks. I like sunsets. I really do. I like how they used a different sky picture for this scene. They're special. Cliché doesn't have to make things less special. Not that it matters much. Storybook romances stay in the storybooks. It's just nice to catch a glimpse of stories sometimes. But if the MP3 shuffle gods granting divinely selecting background music or a perfect twilight after a day of rain. Phew, thanks for the help. Don't worry about it. It's not like I have anything better to do. I slide down from the windowsill, but my feet hesitate. Something about the red tint of the classroom and Lillian's smile is discomforting. Discomforting and uncannily familiar. Does the school library always get this much work? I can see why you asked for a hand. No, the library usually maintains itself with the help of the teachers. We just have some extra things to take care of before the end of the term. Paperwork, mostly. Sounds tough. All work and no pay, right? I think you mean no play. Wait, you're getting paid? No, but... Well, there you go. I'm right. That's a new saying I gotta use. You win this one. Yeah, I always win this one. I win everyone. Anyways, as I was trying to say, I don't mind the extra work. Okay, I guess you don't. We help out because we want to, right? Though it's nice to have an extra pair of hands from time to time. Ah. Right, yeah, sure. Besides, you always end up owing me favors. This is just one of them. Anyways, shall we head home? Yeah, let's go. I grab my bag and rush to hold the door. I am a gentleman! It can be nice to stay back after school, can't it? On the occasion. The weather is nice today. I try to find something other than the weather to comment on, but, you know. It's always cold in winter, but it feels good when you're inside. It's like looking at a snow globe. Does that make sense? Now that you mention it, I don't think it does. It made sense in my head. Don't worry about it. I know what you mean. Do you? I think. What? It couldn't have been that important, right? I suppose. Lillian smiles wearily about something and walks up ahead. Frizzy hair lit by the sun. Frizzy hair. We walked alone for the next few minutes, and I tried to nonchalantly wave goodbye. I can't shake the feeling that something was off about her today. Maybe I'm imagining things thanks to the voice in my head, but she almost seems as tense as me. Hey, more Dark Souls 3. I better head back before Rin starts worrying. Oh, I remember this background too. This is a debatable background. It has interesting things to it. Ooh, and I feel like I do remember the ending now. This background definitely gives me an idea of what one of the endings is. I wonder which ending we'll get this time. Oh! I turned to walk home, but... Mark? Huh? Okay, that's it. The world just isn't normal today. Mark! I'm getting to the bottom of this. I walk for a few seconds and pretend not to notice, before spinning around. Ha! I got you! Look at how tall she is! She's taller than the cars! It's a girl. She stands out, long purple hair and a red ribbon swaying in the breeze. She reappears in an alleyway to my left, and I see her lips move. Allow me. I'm guessing she said follow. The minute I step toward her, she points to the right. To her right. It's the road that leads back to my school. Oh. I look back at her. Or at least I would have had she not already disappeared. That's arrogant! Alright, now she's really done it. That's it. I'll run through this town all night if I have to. You're messing with the wrong guy! Squishy. Very squishy sound. Before I realize it, the sky darkens and the clouds drift in. From time to time, I catch a glimpse of something white out of the corner of my eye, but it disappears before I can identify it. She's deliberately dashing around the side streets, and she always seems to be exactly one street ahead of me. I gasp for breath as I reach the school building. The girl stands daintily at its entrance. You, stop! She grins and runs inside. She has a graceful quality about her. I say run, but it's more like she's gliding. Of course, that's not going to stop me. I catch a glimpse of her feet at the bottom of the staircase. Please, watch your step. To the left hall. You're running out of places to run! Stairs again. No, wait. These are the stairs to the roof. Why is this door unlocked in the first place? No matter. It's over now. I've got you. The sky turned black before I realized it, and snow drifts cautiously down. The last piece of the puzzle falls into place. The purple-haired girl, the snow, the black sky. I saw it all in my dream. The girl looked at me from the edge of the roof. Thank you for following me, Mark. Oh, how many things should I be yelling at her from right now? But I can't. My mind isn't functioning like it should. Scattered images from time. I'd rather forget flash through it. First of all, let me apologize for luring you out like this. It was the only way I could talk to you alone. She steps closer. Of all the things I want to say, only one line comes out. Who are you? Don't worry yourself over a minor detail like that. You will remember me soon enough. Soon enough? What kind of vague hint is that? The past will fall into place eventually. It has a habit of doing that. She pauses and looks up at the sky. The snow collects in her hair. You might not remember yet, but I remember you. I've been waiting to see you for a long, long time. She points her eyes at me, and I can't look away. Will you help me, Mark? Will you accompany me long enough for you to recover your memories? That's a strange request. My thoughts vanish. I nod unthinkingly. I will, but you owe me something first. Tell me your name. I feel her warmth before we even touch. She walks up to me and she pauses an inch away, breath turning to mist. Myra. I hear her name and her ribbon flutters before me. The memories taunt me. I've seen this, but a cold breeze strikes me as she steps back. I'll visit you someday soon. In the meantime, if ever you need me, come to this rooftop by yourself when the sky turns black. If you call out to me, I'll come to you. What are you, a vampire? Maybe. A ghost? She smiles faintly. I'll leave that up to you. One by one, her footsteps grow distant. Well then, goodbye, my... Her final words are lost as she steps off the edge of the roof. What the hell? Wait, steps off the edge? What I dash to the edge of the roof as fast as I can and look down, but there's nothing. Not even a footprint on the freshly fallen snow. My head is spinning. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to want to. It's there. It's there. It keeps coming back to me. I see her and what is it she called herself? The person I wish I never met? Is she here to haunt me? But then why do I feel so... The girl in the sunset watches me. Like a figure in a faded photograph, she watches me. Like a portrait, like yourself in a house of mirrors watching. Always watching. She just won't blink. All the while, the snow continues to fall. Myra's figure dances throughout my mind, trapping me somewhere between curiosity and awe. It's the beginning of winter. As the snow dusts the city streets, I can't help but imagine that her footprints will turn up very, very soon. Day 2, winter strolls. I think we'll see how many days we get through. But we know that this is about 3 weeks long as implemented by an earlier scene. So we'll see how far we get tonight. Darkness. The blackness is thick, mud-like. I look around me, but it's clear that I'm the only one here. But there should be another. She might enjoy hide-and-seek, but I have a hunch that she's very good at it. She isn't very good at it. I would say he is. My heart races along my feet. What's going on? Why am I stuck in an 80s Nintendo game? I am. This is Mega Man. Am I not? This is Mega Man! I don't know where, but it's one of the Mega Men. It has to be. This is that perfect mix of 8-bit music that was amazing in the Mega Man games. And with all the references already, I wouldn't find it hard to believe that it was a Mega Man mix. My body feels light. Ah! Just a little more. She's close. I know it. And then here goes the gate. This song. I know I've heard it before, but where? Aha! Maybe it's Castlevania. That's another good one. It does feel more Mega Man-y, but, kind of at the end there, it felt Castlevania. Rin, I'm warning you, if that song continues for another minute, Who the heck leaves their ringtone on Max on Saturday mornings? The next thing I hear is the sound of rushing water as I prepare for the morning. There's something odd about the lucidity of that dream. 2 days in a row, too. Unless this is Myra's doing somehow? Except no, this can't be anything more than a coincidence. I'll approach it logically. For one thing, I never did figure out how she disappeared from the roof. She couldn't have jumped to the ground from that distance, much less without a single footstep. There was a soft noise after she jumped, but that was it. Maybe she jumped onto a balcony or something, but then where did she vanish to? Although the real question is why anyone would do that to begin with. She knew what school I went to, too. Does she know where I'd live? She somehow knew what route I'd take home. But if she knows me, why do I not recognize her? No, this is all wrong. The dream doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. It doesn't even matter. If she wants to dig up my memories, she'll have to try harder than that. Alright then, breakfast. I'm up before Rin for once. This is more rare of an occasion than it should be. Is that what she sleeps in? I glare at her. I like this music. She's stops. So, was that one of your friends calling this morning?
Yes, no, sort of. I told her to call last night, but she missed me, so,
She scratches the back of her head and gives her best,
oops, sorry look.
You know, that ringtone of yours woke me up this morning.
Really? Sorry.
It's not bad for a fake blush, but it's not superb. 6 out of 10. What is this guy, IGN? Not enough blushing. 6 out of 10. Did I mention I was having a nice dream when I was so rudely awoken? Was it really a nice dream?
Oh, were you dreaming about Lillian?
Of course not! I slammed the coffee mug down, but it doesn't earn as much as a flinch. Instead...
Oh, so you weren't dreaming about her. But what are you complaining about? By the way, you were going to Lucas' place to study today, right?
The tables have turned. Perhaps.
Oh. Okay. You were going to fail your exam and repeat the year with me in your class then, huh?
Huh? Maybe.
Well then, you know what you have to do.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. No. It's cold out!
Mark, I'm the one who should be seeing this. Freezing!
Well, you're wearing a nice big jacket. I don't even know what I'm wearing. I could be wearing nothing right now as far as you're concerned. Neither of us are willing to step into the attack range of the icy wind. Are you sure you want to go through with this? It's not like we're actually going to study.
I know, but I got the new
Calpable Axle game. Don't you understand? What the hell is a Calpable Axle?
It's cheap Japanese-style censorship. They'll never guess what you're really talking about.
Cheap Japanese censor. Well, and who exactly is they?
Oh, you know! Them!
She's gonna break the fourth wall. I love this girl! She's gonna be like the Deadpool here. No one's listening. Although with Myra around, I can't be so sure. Look at all the Dark Souls being played! Rin and I walk over to Lucas' place without any mishaps. Plus or minus a few frozen fingers.
I hope he turned the heat on. I can't play when my fingers are cold.
Don't worry, I'm sure he's comfortably huddling up in front of his computer. You'll see. I like his room, by the way. Ding dong. The bell rings and no one answers.
What?
Oh, that's odd. I just called him and he said he'd be here.
I'm gonna freeze to death out here!
Well, then stop crying. You'll freeze to your face. Aren't you at least a little worried that I'll freeze to death as well?
Oh, Mark, how silly. You know I'll be gone before you.
It's not the response I was looking for.
Well, looks like there's only one thing we could do.
Ren glares mischievously at the front door. She's gonna bust it down, isn't she?
1, 2,
No way! Oh, yes! 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 Hey! Hey! Ozzy! Ozzy Jordan! My man! Where are you when we got a Bludgeoning Angel Dokura-chan reference here? Why are you not at this live stream? You're gonna feel sorry for it. Now you actually gotta watch the 2-hour thing. A heavenly silhouette has come to harvest my soul already. Life is what it is, I suppose. Goodbye, cruel world! I want to play the music now. I got the music stuck in my head now. Like, ouch! What just happened? I'm greeted by Rin's worried face. Alright, that's enough. I'm alive already. No need to curse me further.
That was dangerous. Don't you know you shouldn't lunge at someone's feet with your temple? Someone could have gotten hurt.
Someone? Her eyes do seem a little teary, though. Rin, just so you know, it isn't polite to charge into other people's front doors without permission.
Oh. I'm sorry. This makes the pulsing in my head a tad more bearable. Oh, maybe that's just the cold. I don't know. Oh, look, there he is! Hey guys, what's up? Sorry I'm late. I had to run out and grab a few things for lunch. Did I keep you waiting long?
He looks around. There's an indentation in the snow scattered around his walkway. Rin is leaning over her left foot because her right is sore from the impact. And I'm too dizzy to tell what the hell just happened. He looks from the indentation to Rin, to my head, then back to the indentation. Then he shrugs and unlocks the door.
Yeah. Grab whatever you want to eat. I'll meet you in my room in a few minutes.
I love his room! Look at what's there! To the right, for people who don't know, to the right, I can identify Uncle Mugen right there in the picture. So to the very, very right, my mouse is not showing up on the stream right now because that's the way I put it. But yes, to the very right, there's Uncle Mugen, and then you can see our favorite cat, robotic cat with time-traveling capabilities, right there in the back of the room. And I believe that a few of the other posters are references to a few things. I don't know anything in particular right now, but it does look very recognizable to some degree. But other than that, we will continue on.
Oh, he got the new Choco and Ice book.
Guess her guilt's worn off already. She scampers into Luca's room. Well, Lucas's room. Well, I don't think you need the extra S there, but fine by me. Room, and begins snooping around. Ooh! Yeah, and there you go. There's I actually can recognize some of these, I think. No, I can't. I can't recognize. I see them. I can tell, but they're not enough that I can get it. I think one of them is the Hitomote one, perhaps. That's Clannad. Okay, one of them's definitely Clannad. I can make out the typing. It's either Clannad or Air, but I think it's Clannad for sure. But the other ones I'm having a hard time picking out. But we know they are. I'm surrounded by 2D girls. 2D girls.
This is heaven. This is heaven. Literally heaven.
I escape from Ren before my soul gets sucked out of me. In the middle of the mess sits a clustered desk with a glowing monitor. A glowing monitor? So he left his computer on and unguarded. Haha, I see! Let's see. I admit, I'm curious, but am I that curious to snoop on him? Yes, the first choice of the title. Do I want to be sneaky and snoop on what our good pal Lucas here has on his computer? Or nah, I'm not even close. This gives me a good chance to take a little water break. Much better. I'll go into my next one. I'm gonna do it. That's what I'll do. I'm gonna definitely do it. I'm pretty damn curious. Let's do this! I reach for the mouse pad and clear the screensaver with a daring poke. That's slightly disappointing, actually. I am disappointed by this! He's just enjoying his regular dose of...
Oni-chan, have you finally given in to your temptations?
No, I haven't! Leave me alone!
I knew it was only a matter of time.
Okay, alright, I've got this. I'll take a deep breath and try to think of an excuse. This isn't the time to be taking deep breaths, I don't think. Just talk, you stupid! I just... Correction, don't think, just say something coherent. That'll get you through life. Pretty good, man.
Really, there's no need to be shy. We both knew it would happen someday.
It's not what it looks like, I swear. The computer was like this when I got here.
It's okay, Mark. It's normal to be curious.
Well, I regret asking precisely what you mean by curious.
Well, you know. From looking at the screen, it's clear that they're about to... I see it finally falling, Mark!
Shut up, man! And it didn't look like, it looked like maybe a kiss. That's what I was thinking, you know, so not going too extreme. Every time he laughs like that, he does it for a reason or something.
If you ever want to borrow anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm always willing to aid the unenlightened in their journey to paradise.
Lucas used dark invitation. It's super effective. Pokemon! References galore in this title. Look at that! It was an actual Pokemon sound effect. I'm surprised that this got used on Steam. With all the references, that's an actual Gen 1 sound effect, to my knowledge. Huh. Well, there you go. I'm guessing it's because it's free that they're able to get away with some of these things. Achievement unlocked. Take a peek. Yes! I got a Steam achievement. Well, I guess that's the end of that. Lucas brings up a few glasses of water and sits down. I would ask why he only has water when he just came back from the grocery store, but he probably has other uses for his money. It's art, not porn! I knew it! This guy is me! And, since Rin is not my sister, if I am Lucas, then perfect match-made couple in heaven, right? That's the way I picture it. Match made in heaven, dudes!
So, have you guys decided what you want to do? Yeah, we can always take turns beating Mark in that new fighting game. Sounds like a plan!
Didn't I say... Don't I get a say in any of this? I thought we were going to study. That was what my line made out to be. It's been a while. I remember when Rin and I used to come over here all the time, doing nothing but sitting around and chatting over some video games. It's strange, but part of me feels like those days has vanished. Are they gone forever? They couldn't be. But even if we're doing the same old things, I can't help but glance out the window from time to time. Mostly when my chest tightens.
Oh, Mark, you're blushing!
I'm not! Right. 3 years ago. She looks the same 3 years ago.
It's alright, I'm not teasing you. Well, maybe just a little.
It's strange. I was different back then, but she's hardly changed at all. Get it out already, I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, of course you'd say that.
Maybe so, but that doesn't make it any less true. Don't you have anything to do?
Not really, unless you count homework.
You've been on the computer all day, haven't you?
I noticed you didn't end that sentence with a question mark.
How did she know I didn't end that sentence with a question mark? This chick breaks fourth walls. I love it.
But school's boring. Besides, it's not like you're doing anything other than moping around.
I told you I'm not. Her expression stops me in my tracks. I'm going upstairs. Leave me alone.
Fine. Nah. I'll just bother you again tomorrow.
I turn to leave, but I feel her eyes on my back. I walk away. That was me. It's surreal. Was that really how I felt back then? It all seems to have faded over time, or maybe I just got numb. But that's no excuse to have ignored her like that. I'm sure she knows she's not that dense. Someday, I owe her a nice long talk. I want her to know that I care about her.
I don't care about you anymore, Mark!
Oh my god. What a lead-in. Did I win?
You won, man!
Huh? What, who would have thought?
Just you wait, I'll have my revenge next time.
You say that every time.
Fine then. Again. I'll try again.
We're gonna be here for a while, aren't we? By the time we left, our final score was 7-2. For her.
Oni-chan, stop thinking so much. It's bad for your complexion.
That is a loud train. What? Oh, I gotta turn down the volume just a little bit. That is a loud train. Yeah, I guess we're already on the train. Let me change the sound effects here. Sound volume. There we go. Tweak that down just a little bit. Complexion aside, yeah, I guess you're right.
What about what? The fact that you should stop thinking about Lillian?
How can you say that with a straight face?
Years of practice.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not what I'm thinking about.
I see. Then were you thinking of a way to admit to Lucas that you want to borrow one of his games?
Let's just say they've had a lot to think about lately. I think that's sufficiently vague and truthful enough.
Yeah, figures.
Her voice trails off as she sinks into the background. If that doesn't say out of character, I don't know what does. You okay, Rin?
Of course I am. You're the one I'm worried about.
Huh. Did you just say you were
No!
You're not actually mad, are you?
Of course I'm mad! Doesn't the popped vein make it obvious?
Oh my god, she is amazing! She is... Wow, yeah. Oh, yes, breaking the fourth wall again. Sorry. It's just so rare that I get a chance to tease you.
Doesn't count as teasing when you're cheating!
How exactly am I cheating?
I haven't figured that out yet. Seriously, I try to mess with you by snapping you out of your daydream, and this is what I get.
Not bad,
I admit, that was a pretty good play.
Wait, so this was all a plan to mess with my head?
I wasn't actually worried about you or anything. I just didn't want you to fall asleep on some poor girl's shoulder.
I guess I shouldn't remind her that I'm standing, not sitting. That aside, that makes me think there was a reason to be worried.
Well, you've been zoning out a lot lately, and you're gazing out the window like an actor in a soap opera, and you've been distant lately. That's all.
Perceptive. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, no, it's no big deal. You have your own life, and I know there are things you wouldn't want to tell me about.
Don't say it like that. It won't be long, alright? There's something I need to sort out. That's all. The train screeches to a halt at our destination. Rin grins as she pulls Lucas off his gaming device, but I can tell it's a thin coat of paint.
It's uncomfortably cold. Not bitterly cold, but uncomfortably. Just cold enough to make you wish you brought gloves when your breath is barely visible. It's the late fall equivalent of those dizzy days when you can't quite decide if it's worth taking out your umbrella. It's nostalgic. I pace back and forth to clear my mind, but it doesn't work. It's been years since I've seen him. Years. I should be excited, but something feels off. Gosh, it's cold. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Was he supposed to be the star of the football team, an emotional wreck, just another guy? There's no way he's forgotten everything that happened. I was struck with the strangest feeling when I talked to him the other day. He was mesmerized, of course, but his eyes were empty. It was like staring through frosted glass, virtually opaque. But I can't lose focus yet. I just wish I could shake the feeling that he isn't who he used to be. I guess 3 years is a long time.
Ah, see, so we're playing once again at the 3 years that we were just having the flashback with the little sister on. And now we're at my favorite part, the store. I like this. Zales is in the background. Zales, the diamond store. In the corner of every mall. I will tell you this right now, there is a Zales on the corner of every mall. You know, intersections, when you go in a mall and there's an intersection to go down the other aisles of stores. There's always a Zales there. There's a Zales at my mall. There's a Zales at the malls I've gone to. There's a Zales. By the way, the stream was not sponsored in any sort of shape, tape, burp, or way by Zales. I also like the office phone that they got there on the bottom right on that digital phone stand, because that's the same office phone that I use. After all these years, same phone. Where are we going again? What?
Feel free to browse, everyone. New customers are always appreciated.
Oh my gosh, how many references are we going to have in this title, man? I'm getting a Higurashi here.
Nipa. Yes. You'll be amazed. We have an endless amount of products. It's time. The Golden Land awaits us, boys.
Just so I'm clear, this is a store, right? You know, please tell me this is a store.
Well, yeah, duh.
Okay, just checking. Well then, I don't really want to ditch them, but when I consider the possibility of what's behind those doors, do I go in with them, or do I stay as far freaking away as possible for these doors? Hells yeah, I'm going in, man! That is me! I am Lucas, man. I'm going in, boys. Alright, I'll bite the bullet. Kick common sense to the curb. And what have you, whatever. I'm going in. I think I've heard Lucas mention that game. Maybe they're lining up for pre-orders. Huh. As I wander back to the store and search for wherever Ren and Lucas vanished to, I stumble upon bits and pieces of conversation. I'm telling you, it's gonna be awesome, man! Pre-orders are going up next week! I hear the TV station site has an exclusive pillow cover too! Oh, yes! Huh? I'm an old guy who can get it across the border for you! I'm out of here. That's it. A gust of cold breeze strikes my cheek. The hell? Oh, look, it's a Starbucks! Hi, Starbucks! This is when your popularity was at its finest in 2013, boys. Oh, man. So many titles, so many photos, so many references, so many. Daydreams are a powerful thing. Okay, what now? The air cools my lungs with every breath, but it's refreshing in its own way. It isn't too late, but, the sun is already starting to set. Refreshed, I decide to take the scenic route back to the mall entrance. Dots. Did I just catch a glimpse of a UFO? Aha! She is! Bigfoot! Oh, no, sorry. No, it's just daydreaming Lillian.
Oh, hey, Mark. Strange to see you out on a Saturday shopping with, Rin, I suppose?
She blurted out a barrage of words. I might regret asking this, but what were you thinking about just now? Huh?
Nothing you need to worry about.
She tried to glare angrily at me, but I can't quite say that it's working. You wouldn't happen to have much to do with the shopping bag on the bench next to you?
Of course not.
Anyways, what are you doing here? This isn't exactly weather for lounging.
It's not weather for strolling either.
Ah, you're as sharp as ever.
Me? Sharp? Not like this around everyone.
Huh?
Ah! What, something on my face?
So many dots. Well, No, it's just sounded more coherent in my head. Coherent?
See, I'm only sharp around my slow-witted friends.
I knew it. She's a bitch. Just called me short-witted and slow. And then words. I wouldn't go out of my way to slow-witted. So that's what she meant.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. I know you weren't implying anything.
You're right. Sorry.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. It's futile. Anyways, let's go for a walk.
Sure, I'm just about fully rested.
Right. Let's go. I look away unconsciously as my stomach flips itself over. Oh my goodness, payphones! They still exist?
I can't believe I sat there for so long. It's cold.
Yeah, it is. Rin and I almost died this morning.
What?
I like how your question mark just floats there at your head. It's nothing you need to worry about. Oh, I guess some stories are better left untold. Though that reminds me, my head seems to have stopped hurting. Huh. You can go inside if you want. I'm sure they'll be able to find us.
No, it's all right. Besides, it's a nice day, don't you think?
We just said how cold it was. But yeah, I guess it is. I fidget with whatever I can find in my pocket. How are things going with the library committee?
Oh, we haven't had anything much to do for a while since things are winding down for the holidays.
And I suppose you have no need to worry about midterms?
Well, usually I spend about an hour a day studying, so there's no need to worry about tests.
Well, aren't you the overachiever? Schoolwork is easy once you study regularly. I know what she's going to say before she even says it.
Shouldn't you worry about your test, Mark?
I'll get through it somehow. Wait, let me explain. You see, some people are born hardworking and others aren't. I happen to fall into the latter category.
That's your explanation?
She shouts and hits me on the head. My head already hurts! Why are you literally smashing my head in?
You know, if you don't work hard now, you'll never be able to get into a good university. And if you don't do that, you'll never get a good job. And then you'll never make good money. Doesn't it bother you even a little?
Well, I guess you could say, yeah, you bothers me a little bit. I don't know. Actually, it really doesn't bother me at all. But
you're doing badly enough as it is. What would happen if I weren't here to keep you on your toes like this?
I'd probably be sleeping on the roof at school and playing video games at home, actually.
You'd probably sneak into the roof at school to dampen your classes away and waste your time at home on games. That's what you'd be doing.
Shit, she's psychic. We got a Deadpool, we got a ghost, we got a psychic. This makes perfect sense for an anime. Okay, you got me.
Good. Honestly, you'd be hopeless without me.
Then I suppose it's a good thing that I have you around then. Silence. The crowd, the traffic, the constant droning of nature all disappear.
You're right. It really is a good thing. But if you seriously want to repay me, all you have to do is take care of yourself.
Right. I take in a sharp breath of cold air, just waiting to cool my cheeks.
You should come over. Anytime this week's fine.
She's inviting me to her house. She's got devious plans.
You could come over and I'll help you review.
Sure. Yeah, that would help.
That's fine with you, right?
My voice vanishes in a puff of condensation as the sun strikes my eyes. And... look who it is! My best friend in the whole world. You. Actually, the art is nice here.
Hang on. I shouldn't lie to you. I'm not only asking you over to study.
I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. It's just like it was with Myra. Constraining, suffocating, dizzy.
There's something that I need to tell you. You don't mind, right?
No, I mean,
Or maybe I shouldn't. It'll make things more complicated and...
It's okay. I'll listen. I squint in the sunset. I hear her silently. Are you sure? Won't this be a burden on you? Am I making the right choice? Are you sure you're ready to face your past? But in the end, it's probably just the sound of my own monologue. Thank you, Mark. Her words turned to condensation before I could hear them.
I think I might really need your help.
I'll protect you no matter what! That line crosses my mind, but of course I can never bring myself to say it. I'll do what I can to help. As if it were all nothing more than a daydream, she steps towards me and the world starts spinning again. Spinny wind.
I'm still not sure what I'll do, but I'd appreciate it if you come over. Even if it's only as a favor.
Don't worry about it. Besides, I always owe you favors, don't I? I owe her lots of favors. Apparently. I mentally whine about the weather as my feet kick in the frozen dirt. Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I talked to a friend about schoolwork and she invited me over to study and... dump. Why? Why here? Why her? Why not her? Ouch. A bruise materializes on one of my knuckles after I punch the bench. Unsurprisingly. Screw it! This is a waste of time. I try to push myself off the bench, but... Leaving already? I know it's you! I know it's you, Ghost Girl! I know it's you! I shouldn't be surprised, but somehow it feels like the most natural thing in the world now. Myra, what are you doing here?
I could ask the same to you, but I wouldn't. So let's drop the subject.
Her smile's a few times more soothing than a punch to the bench. Actually, now that she's here, maybe I can get some information out of her. Myra, I forgot to...
It's a nice evening, don't you think?
The weather... Again? I guess I can't deny that.
I'm glad you agree. Shall we go for a walk?
Well played, Myra. You're good at changing subjects. But you're not teleporting out of here this time. Ooh, we're gonna go in the spooky woods.
So, have you read any good books lately?
I wonder why she seems this cheerful when we first met. Huh? Sorry to change the subject, but are we lost? We ended up wandering around the park after we left, but the trees seem to have closed in around us.
Now that you mention it...
You've got to be kidding me. Don't tell me we're lost.
So, have you read any good books lately?
Myra! You've got to be kidding me!
Kidding? You mean you don't like anything that came out last month?
She can't be this dense, can she? Please tell me she can't be. I'm not really into modern literature.
Ah, so you prefer the classics then?
She beams at me innocently. I almost let out a sigh. No, I meant I'm not into reading in general. I'm sorry.
What about movies? Movies work too.
Well, let's see. There was that horror movie with the zombies. What was it called again?
That's not very specific.
Oh, I saw the one with the Spartans. That was pretty cool. A reference to 300, ladies and gentlemen. She lifts her foot as if to kick me into an abyss. Yes! This is Sparta!
Well, if you were ever bored, you can borrow books or a few movies from me anytime. My father pretty much has an entire library in our basement. That's right. So you're interested? More importantly, your father. You're interested in my father? No, not that. I mean your father. Who is he? She looks a little uncomfortable. Well, I suppose I'm partly to blame for that. Are you stalking me, Mark? Are you? Pot, meet, kettle. Okay, wait, let me start over. What I'm getting at is, what's your family like? Is that really the kind of question you need to think about? Or what kind of house do you live in? Where do you live, for that matter? Do you have any siblings then? I mean, what school do you go to? Mark, why do you want to know all this? This time I sigh audibly. Okay, time for plan B. Well then, let me just tell you outright, I have virtually no idea who you are, and yet you seem to know me pretty damn well. Isn't that odd? I guess. Then let me put it this way. I figured that, in order for us to continue seeing each other and for me to help you, I should try to get to know you better. It would make sense. It would make it easier for you to, find what you're searching for. For us to regain our lost time is what I was thinking, but... Oh, I see. Sorry, it's just that I was warned by my parents to be wary of strangers. Strangers? You just said you know me! For strangers, then, how did you know my name before we met? Jackpot! I wonder. Or not. That'll be my little secret. One of many. By the way, you live with your sister, right? Rin? Yeah, I've been taking care of her because our parents spend a lot of time at work, although sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you spend a lot of time at work? You know what I mean. I'm kidding. And hey, it must be nice to have such a caring sibling. I smirk as I remember the plethora of threats and special attacks she's come up with over the years. It's not as nice as you'd think. Sure, she can cook and do household chores, but when you have to explain to your teacher why your sister showed up in class yelling, "Look, Oni-chan, my friend taught me how to do the God finger," it could be quite a hassle. Myra chuckles at my misery. Well, I guess it's pretty funny in retrospect. Still, she cares about you. You should be happy. That smile is almost enough to make me forget my original mission. Almost. Why do you say that? Are you an only child, Myra? Sort of, I guess. Do you know what a yes-no question is? Well, it's a complicated situation. Ah, I see. How so? I wonder when she'll realize that I'm more patient than her. Well, you see, my family isn't quite an ordinary family. We're different. But not so different that we're not ordinary, you know? No, I don't. To put it simply, it's like walking home from school and having to decide between going to your small 2-bedroom apartment where your parents treat you kindly, or your uncle's mansion filled with books and electronics and everything else, except that you'd be all by yourself. Kind of like that, except different, because I don't really have an uncle and my parents don't live in a 2-bedroom apartment. That is what you call putting it simple, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, I try to summarize her story so far and realize that I haven't learned a damn single thing about her, other than where to go for free books. I'm confused. Don't worry, a lot of people have trouble understanding me at first. I wonder whose fault that is. There's no rushing, though. You've got our whole lives ahead of us. She teases a smile out of me, and I admit defeat. But if I ever want to talk to you, what should I do? I mean, walking all the way to school at night is kind of impractical. Do you have a cell phone or anything? Don't worry about it. Contacting you will be my job. It's what I do best. Stalking me is what you do best. Don't make it sound like a crime. I won't even bother. But really, is there anything that you want from me? Our eyes meet and I see something. I was mistaken the other night. The girl isn't angelic or ghostly at all. She's very, very human. I don't want anything specific from you, or anything tangible. I'm just happy that we can finally be together.
But is there anything you wish for?
Maybe.
She bites her tongue, pondering as if she's choosing the course of her life.
All I really want is for things to stay the way they are. I'm happy.
If that's the case, I'll do my best to help you fulfill your wish. I promise.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you, Mark.
It was a pleasure indeed. Mind giving me a little warning before you show up next time?
Just leave it to me.
Ring, ring. Sorry, this might be important. I reach into my pocket and look down at the display. A squirrel darts up a tree in the corner of my eye. It's from Rin. They're probably wondering where the hell I went. Hey, Myra? She turned into the squirrel! I know what to expect when I look up. In that case, you better keep your promise, Myra, wherever you are. Find me, okay? You better find me. I make my declaration to a backdrop of snow-covered trees. The twilight-lit sky slowly fades. It's gonna really late, really fast. I'm walking toward the subway station where I agreed to meet up with Rin and Lucas, but everything keeps looping through my mind. Myra. I don't trust her. I can't. I shouldn't. But considering how things turned out, I should be happy. I still don't know where she's from, how she knows me, or, well, I really don't know anything. I don't know anything! But she's less of a mystery. Maybe meeting her wasn't such a bad coincidence at all. Maybe. Day 3, I'm guessing. Yep. Cocoa. We're gonna have some hot cocoa. We'll go through day 3 and that'll be it for the night, ladies and gentlemen. The sky is red. Too red. But it's not blood red, not that you'd expect from a horror movie. It's a deeper, duller, emptier... The air is thick, like walking through water. I hate it. A slim figure stands before me, obscured by the sea of light. She stands silently, speaking is not her specialty. She only watches. But she's very, very good at it. It kills me! The world is still the future predetermined. No matter how many times you watch a movie, the end stays the same. Her mouth moves. She doesn't speak, but I know what she's saying. And I begin to fall. But I'm glad. At least this means I can escape. With an excruciating grasp of icy breath, I open my eyes. Huh? I roll to the other side of the bed and check the time. I still have half an hour before I normally get up for school. Huh, well, what do you know? I'm early. Huh? Just a daydream?
Oni-chan, I'm going ahead.
The morning passes me by.
I've got to meet with Lucas to talk about important things. Don't forget to stuff your stuff for the project.
And with that, she shuts the door and scampers off. Project? Crap! I did have a project to work on today, didn't I? Oh well, it's just Lucas, he won't care. Refreshed from the chill of the wind air, I stroll into school feeling oddly carefree. There's no use in worrying after all, you know. And there's Lillian! Ah, right, like flashbacks. Suddenly Myra drops down the priority list of things to think about. Alright, just stay calm and composed, you know. Yeah. Hey, Lillian! You know, what's up? My words echo awkwardly in the empty hallway. Off to a good start.
Oh, hey, you're early today. Rin is still at home, I suppose.
Nah, she went on ahead. I think she had to discuss something with Lucas. You didn't see either of them this morning, did you?
No, not at all. Lucas is usually early, too.
Huh. They're planning something.
Oh, they're definitely planning something. Well, I suppose it's their business.
And I can tell when Rin is doing something I'd rather not know about.
That's pretty much every day, isn't it?
Anyway, they might be gone for most of the day. Guess we don't have much else to do. Oh,
I guess you're right.
More dots, just pacing. And this is why two introverts make a bad combination. What are you reading?
Oh, it's a sci-fi story about clones that don't know they're clones.
I like the way I said clones there. Clones that don't know they're clones. Is that Schwarzenegger movie with the clones? Sixth Day?
Then they find out they're clones and get all angsty and existential.
Or no, it's that... I think it's that other sci-fi movie. I'll be honest, I can't remember it, but it was like the one where they're clones and then they are grown for rich people then, so that they can have replacement organs, perfectly matching replacement organs, if they needed to get an organ transplant. And I think, what was it, maybe Matt Damon or something like that was starring in it. That's a fantastic description. See, I'm at least able to think about it. Thank you. But, well, doesn't that describe every sci-fi novel, plus some vague dystopian metaphors, I guess? You're sort of right, but the story's wrapped up in a love triangle, and so it's a romance novel. Never thought you the type. Well, it's, no. What do you mean by that?
You know, you've never really asked me what I read, so you shouldn't be surprised.
I know, I'm sorry. More importantly, you're enjoying the book.
Yeah, I am. It's bittersweet, but I think there's something admirable about the heroine's courage. She's willing to face pain for a chance at happiness.
Oh, The Island! Is that it? Is that the name of what I was thinking of then? I think that was it, because then when the people needed to go, they'd go like, hey, you're gonna go to the islands! Yeah, where you're gonna be harvested for organs. Well said. That stupid bell! Didn't get to finish the chapter.
That's alright, I can do it later. See you at lunch then.
Right. Something rises in my throat and chokes away any words that could have followed. As you can see, as you can judge for yourself from this chapter, the monetary policy that was in place during the Another day, another dull history lecture. I was thinking this was economics. I'm bored. Let's look outside. It's because of this mentality that I never get anywhere in school. It's a bright day, but also a normal day. That won't do me much good. Say, is that Lucas? I see a figure lying on the snow taking some sort of wide-angle photo of the field behind the school. The figure also happens to be wearing Lucas's jacket, hence the deduction. This is more unusual than it seems. See, Lucas isn't a photographer. He's anything but a photographer. The thought of him going out of his way to create art that he can't wear twin tails is absurd. Then again, he's a pretty absurd person. I guess I better try paying attention. History, economics, money, spending money, presents, holiday season. Oh crap, I haven't bought a single Christmas present yet, have I? Lillian. She's not picky, so anything should be fine, but I want something more than just fine. This is dumb. Lunchtime arrives after a short but painfully dull class, but something is odd. I look to my left. Nothing. I look to the right. Nothing. I look in front of me. Still nothing. And all around Sunda. Where is everyone? Could Rin and Lucas possibly be planning something that occupies even their lunch break? Well, peace and quiet isn't bad. The only downside is that'll just be me and... Alright.
Where are the others?
Good question.
Well, that's odd, isn't it?
We're talking about Rin and Lucas. Of course it's odd.
So, I guess you never figured out what they were planning.
Well, I can't quite say that I figured it out, but I made an interesting observation this morning.
Observation?
wasn't as much of an observation as it was a random coincidence. You see, I was looking out the window during class. Anyways, I was looking out the window and I saw something interesting. So, what happened next? Did you go outside? No. But I kept looking and there was a strange guy lying on the ground taking pictures. Why do I get the feeling you're trying to find an excuse for not paying attention during class? That is always my excuse. I'm not lying, really. I should write that one down. I can't say that I know what you're doing this. Well, I think the guy was Lucas. Why? Because he was wearing Lucas's jacket. Well, it kind of makes him Lucas then. I'm slightly worried about the answer to this question, but could you not have jumped to the point 3 minutes ago? Oh, here's the idea. Why don't we go look around? We must have taken pictures of something, right? Normally I'd say no, but it isn't like him to skip school. I'll come along. Alright then, to the winter wonderland of the back of the school. Wait, we're going outside? Can't we just look from the stairs? Forget windows, let's go see the real thing.
Wait for me!
I grab onto Lillian's arm without thinking and pull her towards the staircase leading outside. It only occurs to me for a moment that neither of us have our jackets. So we're gonna freeze our asses off.
Mark, it's freezing!
How far was he? He was right here. But the hills were partially blocking my view, so we'll have to go a bit further to be sure. Didn't you say you were curious? And she falls silent. I guess I was right. Just a bit more. Over one last hill. Over the hill and through the woods. To grandmother's house we go. Aha! Made it! After a perilous trek through the dark side of the school, which took a total of 2 minutes, we arrive at the peculiar sight. It's a snowman. You sound surprised.
No, not really. I just thought there would be something more.
Knowing them, you'd expect some sort of hidden joke or ulterior motive. Maybe there is one.
Maybe.
It's kind of cute. Lillian wraps her arms around the humanoid lump of snow. Weren't you freezing a moment ago?
But he's so cute, and I don't even wear my glasses anymore. Come on, just look at its puffy body and cartoony eyes. It doesn't matter if it's made of snow.
Hey, he's more than twice your height.
I don't think that's a fair comparison. Still, doesn't it make you feel all warm and fuzzy?
You look good together. I'm happy for you. When's the wedding?
I get the feeling I shouldn't ask what you're thinking of right now.
Oh, no worries. I won't get in the way. You know.
Oh, so you just don't understand what it means to like cute things.
Maybe I would if I saw anything cute in a pile of snow shaped vaguely like a human being.
Killjoy.
I think her hands are cold.
Okay, I think I'm back now.
Thank God, I thought you were gone for good. Ouch!
So you think the guy was Lucas?
I'm pretty sure. I'll ask him, but there aren't many people who would do strange things for no apparent reason.
And you think he was with Rin, right?
I doubt he'd do it by himself, and he's not the type to have a mysterious girlfriend.
Mysterious girlfriend, huh?
Anyways, I think it's safe to say that the two of them are desperately trying to dry their socks right about now.
You're probably right. We should head back, too, before someone gets sick.
Will that someone be the one who went on a snowman hugging spree?
It was only one. That's barely a spree.
So it was an isolated incident of snowman hugging. Duly noted. Alright, what now?
It's called lunch break for a reason, you know.
We could just eat lunch, but where's the fun in that?
There's not much fun in eating, I suppose.
Exactly. Why don't we take a walk around the school? Maybe something exciting will happen.
Exciting? Will I regret if I ask what you have in mind?
Probably not, since I don't really know what I have in mind.
I regret it already.
Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Anything better than sitting still. I can name a few things that are. Like what?
Like eating.
don't think you'd be the type, Lillian. How gluttonous.
I have a 700-page book in my bag.
So, shall we eat then? Alright, fine. I'll leave it up to you. Let's search for whatever it was you wanted to search for.
I knew you'd understand.
Now I just have to figure out where to go. Let's see here. Did you finish the story you were working on?
Not yet. I made some good progress the other day, though. The protagonist is a bit whiny, but I'm not sure what to do about it. Isn't everybody?
I bet insecure teenagers are insecure teenagers at heart. Not sure about the rest of us. I'll refrain from thinking about which category I belong in.
It's a tricky problem to deal with, but I'll figure it out. Too bad midterms are coming up.
Midterms? Wait a minute, that's right!
I knew there was something I had to do today. You were supposed to come over and study, weren't you?
Sad but true.
You know, you can't escape. You have to start working now unless you're serious about failing.
Normally I disagree, but at this point I think I really do need to study.
You know, by the 10th grade you should be... Wait, what? Did you just say what I think you said?
Something about flying pigs. But... Oh, instead of sparkles, she gets little flowers. Oh, I see now.
You said it, right? I wasn't hearing things.
I said that I really do need to study. Okay.
Her happiness has physically manifested herself around her head.
Well, what can I say? I suppose I've matured.
I can't believe it. This day, the 13th of December, shall be etched into the annals of history.
I swear, I think the 13th of December then is the release date. If the release date was the 13th of December, 2013, you know what, dude? Props to you. Props to your writing and your perfect timing skills.
At last, you take your first step on the path to adulthood.
I could have been like this all along if I wanted to. I just didn't want to.
That's true, but looking at your previous grades, a revelation like this really could be a turning point for you.
Turning point? You know, it's not like I'm a failure or anything. I'm just, Hang on a moment. How exactly do you know my previous grades?
Let's just say that Rin and I are on good terms.
Okay. In any case, it's alright if I come over today, right? You know?
Yes, of course. I'm looking forward to it.
Something wrong.
I'm fine, really. Mostly. It doesn't matter. Let's eat.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I'll meet you later. Sure. Later.
You're early again. You sure you're not forgetting anything?
Well, we all have to grow up sometime, you know. Punctuality is valued in the adult world, or so I heard. You know.
You're right.
Now, if only I could get Lucas to do the same. That's going to be an uphill battle. He's devoted from the inside out, but only to the things he wants to devote himself to.
I still think it's worth a try. If I can only get him to channel that burning passion into something else.
Now that's a scary expression if I've ever seen one.
Hey, relax. I'm not planning on sabotaging his external hard drive or anything.
You know, I can't imagine what Lucas would be like without his unnecessary passion. I don't think even a destroyed hard drive could stop him.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. You can destroy the man, but you can't destroy the idea.
Isn't that a little out of context?
Well, maybe, but yeah, I know what I'm saying. Pardon the cliche, but it's part of what makes him who he is.
You could say that. Even after everything I say about Ren and Lucas, I wouldn't be friends with them if I didn't respect them.
You wouldn't even be friends with your own sister?
Well, I'd take care of her and do what I need to, but that doesn't mean I'd really be friends with her, right? What? Don't look at me like that! I'm not cold-hearted, I just don't feel obligated to force a friendship. Kinda defeats the purpose of having friends in the first place, doesn't it?
I'm impressed.
I hadn't expected you to think about all this, Mark. I think more than people assume I do. It's a good hobby.
Just as long as you don't space out.
I'm still working on that one. She smirks knowingly. 20 minutes later, we arrive at Lillian's house. I pass the commute by talking about the differences between the 2 ham sandwiches at the cafeteria. This is quite a nice neighborhood.
You think so?
Yeah, as far as neighborhoods go, it's not too bad, you know?
I can't say I've thought of it.
What, you mean you never designed a personal criteria for neighborhood judgment?
I guess not.
Come on, what's wrong with you? How are you supposed to determine your feelings for a particular neighborhood without coming up with some sort of criteria? You're just being stupid, aren't you? Took you long enough.
Grab something from the fridge. I'll be upstairs.
What is with everybody just hey, take some food and now meet me upstairs. I walk upstairs and open the door to what appears to be her study room. Study room? This is a photograph! This is a photograph of anime posters, Hello Kitties, the little chibi girl to the right. I think I recognize that one. So yeah. Is that a plushie? On the side of her desk, beside the usual pencil and erasers and physics formula sheets, lies a large plush toy of a cartoon mascot. I wonder what you'd do with a thing like this.
Oh, how cute!
I'm a stuffed toy, gal.
I could play the stuffed toy. If Sepia Tears turned into an anime, or at least a live animated thing, I could play the toy.
I'm a stuffed toy, gal.
Yeah!
No.
Yeah!
No.
Okay. I really don't think that's what you do with it. Even if the mental image is adorable. Mark! This is a bad train of thought. Pulling a chair from the desk, I take a seat and relax. There's a large stuffed toy shop in the mall where we were in the other day. I wonder if that shopping bag on the bench was... I see. She really does have a girlish side. I try to keep my mind from wandering by spinning around on the swivel chair like this. I got a swivel chair. I can just imagine her sitting on the chair alone at night, idly gazing at its plastic eyes, poking at its fluffy cheeks as she ponders the next sentence to write, sighing as she takes off her glasses to relax.
This one's even softer and fluffier than the last one.
I'm the softest and fluffiest of all the stuffed toys. I am Grandpa Yugi in the doll of imagination.
What? I'm so lucky to have something this soft and fluffy in my room. Poke.
Yeah.
Poke.
Yeah.
Poke.
Yeah.
I think that came out wrong. Okay, this isn't working. Plan B. Here we go. Spin! Whee! Whee! Ouch! When he bumped into the side of the desk. Wait, that wasn't just the desk I hit. It was the side of a drawer. Ooh, what's in the drawer? And the drawer slid open. Ooh. A little peek. Couldn't hurt, could it? It's not like I'll find anything more than pencils and highlighters. Hesitantly, I stand up and move my head over the drawer, preparing to slide it shut as soon as I see what's inside. There's very much to see. You know, pencils, pens, erasers, the works, but... Huh? I've seen this before. I have absolutely seen this before. It's the strangest thing. Finding a bookmark in a desk is the pinnacle of normality, but I know there's something odd about this one. Footsteps coming up the stairs. I better forget this whole thing. Boom! Close the drawer. My fingers are sore from writing and my brain is sore from thinking. And it's only been an hour! How do you survive this? Like, literally, how does it not kill you? Well, I only stay for about half an hour, but I do it every day, so it adds up. Every day? Homework every single day? No wonder I've been a slacker all this time. Dare I ask how you manage to survive with such a rigorous routine? This isn't rigorous at all. It's just because you never work that it feels like significant difference. Your brain's out of shape. Your butt's out of shape. I'm starting to think that this whole responsibility thing just isn't for me. 10 more physics problems. Now! A pencil rolls my way along with a fresh sheet of paper. And no calculator for you! No calculator? Is that even possible? Oh, I'm sure it can be done. Not that I've ever tried. Darkness. Darkness envelops my mind. My senses are completely muted. My eyes are nothing but black. My ears hear nothing but the painful pulse of silence. All I feel is a continuous throb within the stillness of the air, repeating, hurting, aching, hurting over and over like a red blindfold, blinding, pulsing over and over, growing stronger, stronger, until I can feel my feet, my hand dissolving, red, pulsing, red, pulsing, bling, pulsing, bling, pulsing. Mark? Well, how long was that out for? My expression makes me realize that I didn't really want the answer. And looking like you're about to die. I feel like I'm about to die. In fact, I think I could just die right about now. There's a novel lying on her lap, as if she only just put down what she was reading and noticed me. Well, you've done a lot today. I suppose it's alright if you stop now. It's alright? Don't you mean that I'll die if I try any harder? To be honest, I'm surprised you managed to get this much done. I'm proud of you. Thanks, Mom. Is there anything wrong with being concerned about a friend's well-being in school? I think your level of devotion goes a bit beyond concerned. You have a point. Would you like something to drink? Assuming that you don't have to rush home right away. Oh, yeah, sure. No. Water is my first priority. Alright, I'll be back in a moment. No one's home right now, so you can head to the living room. I doubt you'll want to spend any more time in a cramped studying. I'd be glad if I didn't see another studying room in my next decade or something. Well, see how long that dream lasts. Ooh, CG with coffee cup. Ah, that's why they called this chapter Cocoa. Here you go, a mug of hot chocolate for an icy cold day. You really don't have to be this polite, but, anyways, thanks. Oh, did Rin happen to tell you anything about the results of the survey the student council is running? Nope, not a word. Should she have? Well, no, but she should have the results by now. And she should have a report completed on the results. Ah, now it makes sense. I'm sorry that my sister's such a slacker when it comes to extracurricular stuff. She usually gets like this at the end of the term. No, don't worry about it. I'm not an official member anyways. Besides, I'm not like they're falling behind, yet. Well, I'm about 99% certain that she's lying around at home either clicking around on the internet or playing video games, so I can't really defend her lack of diligence. It must be interesting living with someone like that. You have no idea. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? After 16 years, I still have not figured that out. Chocolate wafts through the air. It must be nice having siblings. It must be nice to be an only child. Don't you understand how lucky you are? Yeah, I suppose it does have its perks, but it gets lonely here sometimes. If it weren't cold out, I'd be able to hear raindrops on the windows. If you get lonely after school, you could always try inviting people over. I don't know about Lucas and Rin, but I know I've got way more time than I need. Oh? I suppose that's true, but I wouldn't want to bother you like that. Bother? Come on, it's me! Do you really think that something like this is a bother?
Well, when you put it that way, I guess it isn't, is it?
Of course not. You know, we've been friends for more than a year now. You don't need to be so distant. Don't be afraid to ask for help whenever you need it.
Thanks.
It's a difficult thing to describe, the feeling of being suffocated by silence. It's the classic metaphor that pops up in every work of fiction. Moments that are so simple, so fragile that they shatter the moment someone opens their mouth. I shatter the moment. I'd hate to sound like a broken record, but really, is everything alright? You've been acting strange lately.
I could say the same to you.
What, really?
I'm not sure how to describe it, but I feel like you're being distant lately.
Distant?
You know, like, even though you're here right now, your mind's off somewhere else.
Like you have more important and more urgent things to think about than the everyday happenings at school. Well, a lot has been going on lately. I can't really explain it.
I suppose it's been the same with me.
Yeah, I noticed.
Mark, I have something to tell you. I hope you don't mind, but
Go on. I'm listening. She smiles.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to have to say things like this, push my problems on you, but ever since the beginning of this year, something has been bothering me. At first I ignored it, thinking that it was nothing, but it kept coming back, and every time it returned, it was stronger than the last time. Do you know what I mean? You know the feeling, right? It's been bugging me since then, and interfering with my daily life, making me do things that I normally would never do, but nothing's changed. I wanted the feeling to stop, to be honest. I just wanted it to disappear. But that can't happen. No matter what I do, nothing changes. I was at a loss, so I decided to tell someone. I thought that maybe if I spoke my mind, things would change for the better.
So why don't you? A shield forms around her eyes.
I'd rather not.
If you're that afraid, there's no need to hold it all in.
Hold it in? No, it's nothing like that.
She wipes her eyes.
I'm fine, really. My heart hurts, but I can still carry on. The thing is, I'm not sure how much longer I can last.
Then tell me, maybe I can help.
You can tell, can't you? You know that I've already said too much.
As I absorb every detail of Lillian's downcast eyes and forced smile, I realize that I might as well be looking in the mirror. I'm sorry. A car door slams in the distance.
Oh, sorry about all this. I'll be fine. Please don't worry about me. If you forget, then maybe nothing will change. Please.
I knew nothing but nod in response. The flashing alerts within my heart turn into a dull, painful thud. The winter sky darkens too quickly. It isn't late yet, but as I walk the final 2 blocks home, the pitch black sky and icy winds dampen my mood. I know what price I'll pay if I get too close. I shouldn't, but that bookmark, that small, irrelevant bookmark, it's still nagging me at the back of my mind. I'm not innocent or naive. I know what I'm getting myself into, but if I do it willingly, at least I can play the victim. Ah, I see. Day 4, footprints. Well, with that then, folks, I am going to say that we are going to leave off there for the night then. So I would like to thank those all for who decided to show up to this live stream of things. Yes, this 2-hour little itty bitty live stream out of the Friday of your day. Because, you know what? If you're here, you got nothing better to do on Friday, so you're here. But other than that, this is the End Critic here, and I will be continuing on streaming this. I'll also decide to actually broadcast it live on Steam. Yeah, I don't really like the Steam system necessarily, but I guess I will try doing it anyways, and I just won't be able to read the chat, so I feel very, very sad about that. But aside from that, then, this has once again been an amazing story that we will continue on with. I'm glad to see that the author of this was happy to retweet the post. Other than that, this is the VN Critic saying, read far and save often.